Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
It's unbelievable, and it's great that people are finally noticing that, because I've been noticing that for years. You know what? I used to watch every single one of his COVID press conferences.
I know.
And I became intimately aware of all the weird things about his speaking style. And one of the things I noticed is, even in the best of circumstances, his mouth is really slobbery. And I know I'm going to make everyone vomit early in the morning. Sorry about your breakfast.
I had a St. Bernard that was like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Chester
but it just I kept commenting, oh my God, he's got such a slobbery mouth. It's like the opposite of that side effect you get with prescription drugs. You know, they always talk about dry mouth. Well, Donald Trump has wet mouth.
That's what they call either wet mouth St. Bernard's or dry mouth. Mine was definitely
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for that mental image. But it's true. And then when his something in his mouth goes haywire, it gets extra slobbery and lispy and...
You've presented an opportunity for me to turn more women gay. Just imagine kissing Donald Trump's big, slobbery, wet St. Bernard mouth. No.
Just big, sloppy, wet, all over, just like down on your chin. Just like
my dating pool just exploded. Yes, you and Hal Sparks, I have to say, are patriots. You have watched more Trump rallies and speeches. And you are what happens if you get Hal Sparks wet after midnight or feed him.
I love that metaphor. We're both gremlins. We're gremlins in two different stages of development.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that's the thing is, whenever he has one of these just crazy, this Elon Musk thing, you miss things because everything is so crazy, the slurring, the this, that. But how about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki weren't so bad? What? What? I mean,
and then he
they're
said,
fine now. They're fine now. No big deal.
Elon Musk said, they were talking about the climate crisis, and Elon says it's not like a house is on fire. And I said, well, yes, the house is literally on fire, you moron. Exactly. Have you seen the news from Greece? Have you been to California? I mean, my God, we're literally there is now a season where the world catches on fire, and it just happens. Eventually, like, the sky is going to fill with fire, and Elon's going to be like, well, what are you going to do about this? And it's a nightmare. And he's saying, well, you know what? It's not so bad. It's okay. That's my worst nightmare. That people like Elon Musk are going to be like, yeah, that's fine. It's fine. You know what? Fine. We'll make more sand berms to stop the tide. We'll start manufacturing sandbags for the world. You know, Apple will start creating eye bags, and we'll have to block the rising tides.
Yeah, you caught that on Threads. You said Elon pitching solar power. Donald, now Donald is saying that they should put solar panels on roofs and roofs of cars. They already are, dum-dum. I mean,
another thing where Donald Trump comes up with an idea that's already been done and then makes it his own. See, I got this greatest idea, solar panels on rooftops. Do you believe that?
Stay with me here. They're on the roof of your house.
That's right.
So, by the way, you said it perfectly also on Threads. You said, never has anyone spoken so fast and said so many words that mean absolutely nothing. It really is just incomprehensible packing peanuts. Just looking at that very strongly. There's a lot of things you can do. And outside, we're going to look at that, and you're just like, he gets to the end. There's nothing. He has said nothing.
Yeah. It's like the Lucy Chocolate Factory of words. It's just they don't mean anything. They're not into any particular sentence structure. There's no point to what he's saying. It's just words delivered at rapid fire pace. And that's, you know what, that makes me think that it's not a stroke that we were listening to the other night, or when he did the God Bless the United States thing. Mm-hmm. It's something else is going on with his mouth. And I know Ronnie Johnson said that when that happened, when the God Bless the United States thing happened, he said that he dried up Donald Trump's fluids. Which is another disgusting thing. I'm so sorry.
It's what you give wet mouth St. Bernards.
That's right. I guess so. If he's suffering from wet mouth, you want to dry up his fluids. So I guess Ronnie Johnson made an adequate medical decision.
Okay,
but that's it. I don't know. Right. We don't know what it is because he hides his medical records. He doesn't reveal any of that stuff, and that's a gigantic cover-up that the press is just ignoring.
All we know for sure is he has a miracle ear. It regenerates itself like what, sea monkeys or
That's
what?
right.
I don't know, something. Like
Yeah,
what
it's
kind
like
of tails?
sea
Like
monkeys.
lizard tails? I don't
Maybe,
know. Something.
Yeah, it's like Wolverine. You know, he gets an
Yes.
injury and it just grows
Right.
right back. Yeah.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, by speaking of medicine, by the way, he also said more people died of COVID during his administration than ours, and you said, off. Donald was president for 10 months during COVID. Biden's been president for nearly 4 years. I mean,
Right.
I just, at this point, every single thing he says is, just a lie, misleading, or
Yeah.
just some pure delusion, like Kamala's crowds don't exist at all. They're all
Right.
AI. Okay. You have turned
right.
every straight woman listening gay, and I thank you for that, Bob.
So sorry. I'm I'm not sorry.
No, Stephanie's happy because that means more for her.
Right, more for me.
That's right. See, I'm a helper. I'm a friend. See?
Oh, speaking of helpers, Bob Schooley said Biden should drop into the DNC like Tom Cruise at the Olympics, high five Harris, and say, "Can you believe he fell for that debate hustle?" and then ride a bike off.
Amazing.
By the way, speaking of the interview, George Conway said during his quote-unquote interview with Elon Musk, Donald Trump claimed that President Biden was close to the vegetable stage and he can barely walk. President Biden on Sunday, picture of him riding his bike.
Yep.
Of course. The biggest myth out there that Joe Biden is somehow remarkably enfeebled and can't do anything except when he's riding a bike. Donald Trump has to drive that golf cart all around and just load his bulk and his wet mouth into that golf cart.
Stop saying it.
There's like a snail trail that's left behind the golf cart. He's
Ew.
so moist. Guys, you see, now it took me all this time to work in the word moist. Now I've grossed out everybody.
Okay.
I'm a serious
Only you could
political
make moist,
commentator.
not
You're
hot.
You're very,
So
you're
not
very
hot.
serious.
Yeah, just everything looks like it's coming up roses, Bob. Just thus far. No, we're not getting happy.
Not happy.
Okay.
Inflation
please
slipped to 2.9% in July, much lower than expected. Michelangelo Signorelli says Biden boom, more bad news for the GOP, but good news for America. That's where we were. We are. Anything that's good news for America, Trump roots against. And good luck rooting against America, right? I mean, it
right.
just...
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just this is all he's got left. He's got to control everything that happens in the United States, and then blame Joe Biden and blame Kamala Harris for it, because that's the way he thinks. That's the toxic positivity that he has. What he does is outstanding, and everything else that everyone else does is horrible and a disaster and a colossal failure. Even though the opposite is true. I mean, we can look at everything. His website, his social media app, Truth Truth Central.
Right, Truth
is
Central.
a colossal failure. Lost all kinds of money in the second quarter. I think they made a total of something like $800,000 in revenue in the second quarter of 2024.
Yeah.
It's a disaster. And of course, the stock tanked, which is my favorite streaming show to watch.
I know. By the way,
Yes,
here was the
that's
one I was looking for. Our friend Brooklyn Dad Defiant. The fact check. Trump just claimed America's education system is ranked around the bottom in the world. We're ranked 13th out of 177. I have never seen a former president who hates America more than Trump does. I mean, it just...
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, and this is why you see this explosion of hope and joy in the Harris Waltz campaign that is so positive.
Yeah.
And, I just was saying how, like, everything's making me cry. But, when Kamala Harris announced, the vice president announced the Olympic wins, and everybody started chanting USA. And it's like, oh, yay, rooting for America.
Right. Yeah, the incredible thing about that is I think that coaxes a lot of people who wouldn't ordinarily vote for a Democrat to vote for a Democrat. People want to be part of this energy. It's so positive, especially given the nightmare of the 4 years of Donald Trump and the subsequent nonsense that he's continued to perpetuate since then and threatened the United States with fascism and authoritarianism and idiocracy and all the rest of it. And now people are really feeling this positive electricity coming from Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, and they it's like moths to a flame. You just want to be as close to it as you can. And even if you disagree with the policies, it's a positive thing for the United States. It's undeniable.
It's just that happy news is just killing me. Daily Beast tweets, the survey from progressive youth voting group Next Gen America, first shared with the Daily Beast, shows Harris has vastly improved on Biden's performance among voters under 35, beating Trump in a multi-way survey, 53% to 36%. I heard you quote this on the Bob Seska show, which is my very favorite podcast in the entire world. Christopher Boozy, who has predicted things, so he tweeted, "When Florida flips in November, just remember who said it would flip first months ago." Oh my God, would that be the final blow for Trump, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got Christopher Boozy on my show today to talk about his brand new electoral map. So that came out recently. I can't wait to talk with him about that. But yeah, I think Florida's on the map. I'm not saying that we're going to win Florida, but I'm just saying that there's a strong possibility if we continue to hustle and if we don't get happy. But you know what else I think is on the map? And I'm an outlier on this. I don't think even Christopher Boozy is predicting this. But I think Ohio.
Oh, God.
I think Ohio is a possibility.
If J.D. Vance loses them, Ohio, oh my God.
Yeah.
Which I think he's capable of.
I mean, Obama won Ohio twice.
Yeah.
08 and 2012. Yeah. And I think it's possible to win that again. Sherrod Brown has a decent lead in the polls right now. I think that's, again, it's the energy. It's the snowball effect of the exuberance and momentum of this campaign that I think will continue to build and pick up states like Ohio, at least make it a possibility. But if I see one damn balloon, we haven't won this yet. People are going, Trump is toast. No. You have to go outside, turn around 3 times and spit.
All right.
Otherwise, you're going to bring down the wrath of the thing and all the rest.
But let's future for a second. For instance, Chris, who said, let's assume our worst nightmare, that Democrats get the White House, the House, and the Senate. The first thing they'll do is get rid of the filibuster, and you'll have 2 new states, D.C. and Puerto Rico. That's 4 new Democratic senators in perpetuity. Who said that?
Deputy Dog.
No, that was Mitch McConnell threatening us with a good time.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. You know what? We actually have to do the Supreme Court thing, by the way. Yeah. Because we've talked about it so much. If we don't do it and the Republicans get back in power, they're going to do it. Yeah. So now that we've committed to this thing, it's probably a good idea to add that to the front burner.
Yeah.
Because, for the sake
of
the
I have a feeling, I mean, Democrats were already, that's what we love about this campaign. We're already fighting the way you and I have said alpha liberals should be fighting. I do feel like, we're finally going to do some that we've always been talking about.
Right. It's such a relief to see, and it's being handled so adeptly by the Democrats. They're not going too far. We're not selling out our values.
Right.
We're throwing off the glove and saying, you know what, we're not going to be pushed around anymore. We're not going to cower in the corner and say, please don't hurt me. My second West Wing reference of this segment today.